This Bleach manga cancellation misconception also spreads this narrative that Kubo had a bad relationship with his editors, which is totally incorrect. When Kubo announced his decision to end the series, his fellow mangaka responded with support and understanding. Oda had publicly stated within Jump, "Kubo-san must be very tired after serializing Bleach for 15 years, rest well." This wasn't a reaction of someone who believes that Kubo was being forced against his will to end the manga. It was a recognition from one veteran mangaka to another who understands exactly what 15 years of weekly serialization does to a human body. The editorial relationship with Kubo during Bleach's final years was actually collaborative and not antagonistic. Kubo had 7 to 8 different editors during Bleach's serialization, and this is the normal rotation of editors in manga publishing. In volume 61's author notes, he congratulated his previous editor who was getting married, as he says he is happy as if it was happening to him. This was during the final arc of the manga, and these are hardly the words of somebody who was locked in bitter conflict with the editorial staff. Kubo was not pressurized by his editors, and he maintained creative control over major story decisions throughout the series. Usually editors have a say upon the series if it's really popular and they don't want it to end, as they force the mangaka to continue, and this is well documented to be the case with Dragon Ball, as Toriyama wanted to end it several times but he was pressured to continue due to its success. There was a similar case with Death Note, where the series was that popular that it was forced to continue following a major character's death, which led to new characters like Nia and Mello being introduced, and the story did decline in quality as a result, as a lot of people don't like the second half of Death Note. But as far as I know, none of these situations were the case with Kubo. Kubo had very minimal editorial input. He chose which characters that he wanted to focus on, which battles to emphasize, and how to resolve long-running plot points with minimal input from the editorial team. The Thousand Year Blood War arc anime adaptation is the clearest proof of this, as Kubo is still actively involved with expanding his manga, as he is able to include all of the details that he was unable to add into the manga due to his declining health. The editors within Shonen Jump exist for a singular purpose, in order to guide new and upcoming artists through the early stages of their manga. Once a manga reaches the level of success of Bleach, then their input becomes minimal to non-existent. And this is also the case for One Piece, as One Piece's editor usually just takes the manuscripts from Oda and they publish it as is with minimal changes, unless there are errors in the typography or text.